Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Splitting Heirs channel. And just as a reminder, everything said is alleged and it's my own opinion. Nothing I say should be taken as fact, especially today, everyone, because I've got a lot to share with you and I don't want Meghan sicking her lawyers on me. But first of all, I just want to say I've got the timer on my phone going. The last video I made where I showed the pictures of me meeting the British royal family at Christmas, I noticed that video was 33 minutes because when I get going, I just can't stop. So I'm using the timer on my phone today, so to make sure the video is right at 10 minutes. I don't want to go over that because I feel anything over that's just a little bit excessive and people get bored. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button, and especially subscribe. I told you when I stopped making videos a few years ago, I lost over 1,000 subscribers, and now I'm down to 9,749 subscribers. I want to be up to 10,000 by my birthday, which is 2 months from now in June. So I have about 251 more to gain between now and then. I'm hopeful that I can do it, but fingers crossed. Now, before I get into the Harry and Meghan news, have any of you been seeing all this stuff about Blue Origin, the space rocket that went up into space for 11 minutes with Katy Perry, the Amazon guy's girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez, and Gail King? Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous the way that they're making such a big deal about this and calling them astronauts. How do you have the nerve to call these people astronauts? They didn't do any of the operating of the spaceship. People down here in Mission Control did that. All they did was look out the windows and take a few selfies. They're not astronauts. Astronauts train for months and months and go through lots of rigorous training and depriving themselves of all five senses. It's crazy for them to call themselves astronauts, but let me get off my high horse about that. That's not what we're here to talk about. I want to talk about Harry and Meghan because it looks like both of them are allegedly cheaters. Let's dive right in. First, we're going to talk about Harry. As I got this article from the Royal Observer, an author is claiming that Harry allegedly cheated on Smegs with a model at a private party. So, what's all this about? Harry and Meghan have been married for 8 very long years. It feels like a lot longer than that, everyone. They married in 2018. However, in the early stages of their fairy tale romance, Harry allegedly cheated on Smegs with model Sarah Ann Macklin. Royal author Angela Levin spilled the details of their rumored affair in her work Harry, Conversations with the Prince. She claimed the two went on a few dates, though it turned out to be just a fling. And you know what a fling is? That means he had a couple of drive-bys and left her high and dry. Levin told the Daily Express during the very early stage of his relationship with Smegs, Hare was thought to have gone on dates with Burberry model Sarah Ann Macklin. They met at a private party. He took her number and bombarded her with text messages. Levin added that their connection might have continued if their lifestyles hadn't been polar opposites. She penned, they tried, although they were very different. She led a very healthy life and hardly drank. Well, that wouldn't fit in with Harry. They wouldn't get along because Harry likes to put a few back, not on just the weekends, almost every day from what I've heard. But if this girl hardly drinks, then, they're not going to get along. It was a matter where they were on completely different wavelengths. A friend of Macklin also told the Daily Mail they were introduced at a social gathering, and Harry made a beeline for her. She was very flattered by the attention, and they went on a few dates. Everything was kept very below the radar. Despite Levin's claims, the prince was smitten when he laid eyes on his future wife on their first date. In their engagement interview with the BBC, he shared, I was beautifully surprised when I walked into a room and there she was sitting there. He revealed that after they met in London for the first time, he managed to persuade her to join him in Botswana, where they camped out together under the stars and enjoyed 5 days together. He added, we were really by ourselves, which was crucial to me to make sure we had a chance to really get to know each other. BBC reports that the couple returned the next year when Harry began designing the engagement ring. At its center is a diamond from Botswana. Harry isn't the only one accused of infidelity. Oh no, Meghan's had her own tryst outside the marriage. Markle has also been suspected of it. According to royal expert Tom Bower's book Revenge, she was still living with her ex Corey Vitello when she was set up with Harry. The book also claims that 2 weeks after their first date, Harry secretly flew to Toronto. He stayed for about 1 week in the house of a friend of Meghan's, probably Jessica Mulroney. With Corey still sharing Meghan's home, the situation for Meghan was tricky but manageable. Oh yes, when you're a liar and a con artist, probably quite easy to juggle two relationships at once. Bauer alleges that after the prince returned to London, Markle told Vitello that their relationship was completely over. Of course it was completely over. She found a prince. What more does she need with a celebrity chef? A prince is a lot more important than a celebrity chef. This is a picture of the girl that they're talking about in this story, the Burberry model Sarah Ann Macklin. And this is her and Meghan side by side. Which one do you think is more pretty? Personally, I think that Sarah Ann Macklin is far more prettier than Smegs. But okay. And as you saw in the thumbnail, now there's a sports star that Meghan hooked up with, cheating on one of her boyfriends with. And you might be wondering who it is. Well, I can finally reveal that to you. It's the gentleman that recently won the Masters golf tournament, Rory McIlroy. Rory McIlroy's eventful night after meeting Meghan Markle when she was single. Rory McIlroy is on top of the golf world once again after winning the Masters to complete the career Grand Slam, and someone celebrating his achievement might be Meghan Markle, some 11 years on from when they met. Oh no, she wouldn't still be celebrating his win at the Masters. Once she dumps somebody, remember, she ghosts them. She doesn't have anything else to do with them. She loses their number. Back in 2014, the North Irishman was also dominating the spot by winning the PGA Championship and Open Championship, starting to forge his legacy as one of the UK's best products. So, as he enjoyed his achievements on the green whilst partying in NYC, he also managed to bump into Markle, who was then working as an actress and starring in the legal drama Suits. According to Tom Bowman in Revenge, the Meghan and Harry story, the 43-year-old Duchess was staying with her friend in New York City and ran into the golfer as they hung out for the night. Described as hectic, the 35-year-old athlete made his new associate compete in the ice bucket challenge, in which a person dumped a freezing cold bucket of water over themselves on camera. They then nominated 5 people to do it also. It was to raise awareness for Lou Gehrig's disease, and it went viral for the month between July and August. She accepted the challenge, Bowman writes of Markle, on condition that Rory came to her friend's apartment and personally poured the bucket over her on the balcony. Yes, Meghan knew that she wanted to bed him, so she said, "Come over to my friend's apartment. That's the only way that I'll do it." Well, guess what? After the video was posted, the two went to the Fitzpatrick Hotel for a drink. The following morning, McIlroy arrived at Ringlewood Golf Course to play on a new competition. Worse for wear, after a hectic night, he fell back to 101st place. So he spent the night with Meghan in a hotel drinking, and then they went to a hotel room they rented and spent the night doing Lord only knows what, but I can tell you he needs to see his doctor ASAP for some penicillin if he spent the night with Smegs. His performance suffered after spending a night with that fleabag. "I wasn't quite on my game," he confessed, "but I was enjoying myself." I bet he was, because he spent a night in Meghan. It was an all-United Kingdom affair at the Masters, as Northern Ireland's McIlroy faced off against England's Justin Rose for the chance to win the green jacket in Augusta on Sunday, and it was ultimately McIlroy who sealed the deal by nailing a birdie when Rose missed a putt for 3, delivering him history by becoming one of just 6 golfers to bag the career Grand Slam, and just one of about 1,000 men to bag Meghan, the Duchess of Succet. So that's it, everybody. And oh, I'm right at 10 minutes according to my stopwatch. Thanks so much for watching. And please, again, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, leave a comment, share it with your friends. But please, let's get my subscriber count up to 10,000 within the next 2 months. I only need 251 more subscribers to do it. So please, everybody, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me and help my videos with the algorithm. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great evening and happy Easter.